Hey guys, welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today's video I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite tips to basically improve your effectiveness out on the airsoft battlefield. But before I give you the tip, if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing, and also a massive thank you to all the people that have subscribed recently and over the last few months. It's been great. Thank you very much. So, on with the tip. So, if I was to ask anyone out there what you're trying to achieve with basically any of your airsoft guns, chances are you're going to be chasing three things. You're going to be chasing range, you're going to be chasing accuracy, and last you're going to be chasing consistency. But it kind of like, most people are focused on the range and the accuracy of their gun. And I must say, for literally decades, that has been my primary focus as well. Regardless of the platform, I wanted the best range that I could get out of it and the best accuracy that I could get out of it. But more recently, I've had a bit of a change of heart. I've had a lot of time to think, as everyone has over lockdown. And, I've been playing airsoft for a long time, so I tend to think about airsoft stuff. And it got me thinking about some of the engagements that I was coming across. And typically, what was holding me back from winning a firefight. And I actually came up with something that is really, really effective and has actually increased my effectiveness out on the battlefield. So essentially, instead of always chasing maximum range and maximum accuracy, I've changed that. So on my pistol platform, whichever I happen to be taking out with me, this happens to be an M&P, it's not loaded by the way, I'm only chasing accuracy on this, and if anything, I've actually started underhopping my BBs and started using heavier weight BBs so that I don't get the any overhopping effect. In other words, I'm not maximising my range on this platform or any of my other pistols for that matter. And the theory behind this was that actually a lot of the engagements that you come across in airsoft are going to be people hiding behind barricades, hiding behind barrels, logs, but they will be popping up on a vertical axis for you to take a shot at. So what's quite difficult is the fact that when you're shooting an airsoft gun, obviously the wind can mess with the horizontal axis, but it's your hop up which really changes things on the vertical axis. And ideally, obviously, most people will set their guns to shoot completely flat. But the reality is most people will have their guns shooting pretty much completely flat. But in order to maximise the range, there's that little bit of extra lift at the end. And so the flight of the BB will tend to go along and it will go up ever so slightly and then it will go down. And that's maximising the range out of your platform. And that's what I still do with all of my rifles and all of my submachine guns and any essentially primary weapon that I'm going to be taking out. I still do that, and I still overhop ever so slightly whichever weight of ammo that I'm using. Normally in my rifle it will be a .28 or a .32 outside, kind of depending on the wind, and what I will usually choose to do is put the same weight of ammo in my pistol as I have in my rifle. Now normally my pistols are set up to shoot relatively flat, in fact flat and down, with no overhopping at all on a .25, and as soon as I put in .28s, .3s, .32s or any kind of heavier ammo, obviously I'm going to sacrifice some range, but what I'm losing in range, I am getting some accuracy increases and some accuracy benefits. What that means is that when I'm engaging targets at an intermediate distance, where, and I'm sure you guys have all had it, where you're shooting at someone and your BB's just on the rise, and they're essentially, it's like a computer game, they're head glitching. And so you've got a barricade here, you've got a guy just behind it, your BB is going forward and it's rising up, and it's really hard to then hit someone just at the other side of that barricade. Well, if you've then got an adjustable hop up, you can turn the hop up off on your rifle, but it all involves getting involved in it and digging into it. What you actually want to do is just be immediately effective, and the way that I found to do it is essentially, put that heavier weight ammo into my pistol and make sure that my pistol isn't overhopping at all. And it means that I can essentially lob a shot, I can do a hook, I can hook the shot over the top of a barricade, over the top of some barrels, and get the hit on the target the other side. And even if I can only see, for example, 2 inches of someone's head, the reality is if a BB is going forward and it's coming up from behind a barricade, it's actually approaching from a lower angle. So you may only have you may be able to see 2 inches of someone's head. The BB on approach will only have 1 inch of view of that person's head. However, if you're shooting with no hop up, the BB is going to be coming from above, and actually you might have 4 inches visible. So the chance of you making that shot is massively increased. So that's it. Like that's the theory and the kind of tip. And what I want to know from you guys is, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever done this? Would you consider doing this in your next game? Because I found it really effective. Hitting people at those intermediate distances has become a lot easier for me. So I don't think I'm a terrible shot anyway, but hey, you know, all of us in Airsoft are all great shots, aren't we? So we never miss. But no, in reality, yeah, chucking that heavier weight ammo. I didn't really do any other accuracy upgrades for my pistols other than just chucking that heavy ammo in there and reducing the range on it. Ultimately, I'm not having them going straight down. You know, I don't have a 5 meter range on it. These guns can still shoot, you know, 20, 30, even 40 meters without issue. But it's important that there is no overhopping element, because I basically keep that for my rifle, because my rifle is for my long engagements, and my pistol is going to be from anything from point blank, close up, to a sort of intermediate range. So yeah, there you go, guys. If you've liked this, leave a like down below. Feel free to comment if you've got any comments on it. But until the next video drops, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.